Hello buddy, Sounds StarCraft here for some Wings of Liberty gameplay. It is going to be a game from the Dreamhack Winter 2012 tournament put on by Dreamhack in Sweden. This game is going to be in Stockholm. So Naniwa, spawning as the red Protoss up here on the top left, is going to have the home ground advantage as he is a Swedish player. Although you never really do have a home ground advantage when you are playing against a Korean, which he is. It is going to be Liquid's hero, one of the most well-known players. And Hero, man, lately he is just been playing so solidly. In the past, he's been known to choke a bit at tournaments, especially in the later stages of the tournaments. But you know, the last few games I've casted of Hero, recent ones, I think he's got that under wraps, man, because he's been so solid. His execution has been so good. So I'm definitely going to be picking him as the favorite in this game. But we'll see. Never can out Naniwa. Used to be a Warcraft 3 player. Transitioned to StarCraft 2. He's had quite a bit of success. Qualifying. I think he got into a round of 8 in the GSL this year. So that is definitely not a hard thing to do. I mean, definitely not an easy thing to do. And at the moment, I think he's living in Korea as well, living in the GOM TV house. And he doesn't have a team, but yeah, so he's definitely had a lot of experience playing against Koreans, which, you know, any pro player, foreign player, they go over to Korea, they improve hugely. So we'll see just how much he's improved. Hero getting his gas out at around the same time, so he can put 2 probes on each, whereas Naniwa just getting the 1 gas for now. So maybe Hero going to go for maybe a more heavy gas build, maybe a Mortal Sentry push or something like that. But we'll see as the game goes underway. This is a Hana. So some things you do sometimes see in PvP on Ahana is blink attack, because it's very much a thing. You put an observer up there, get vision of the high ground, blink on up, and if your opponent isn't ready for it, they go down so quickly. I've seen it countless times in PvP, but we'll see which player decides to expand first. Take a bit of a risk. Sometimes that doesn't really work out too well in PvP, as it's a lot harder to expand against Protoss as opposed to your Zerg or your Terran. But I don't know, we'll see how this game turns out. Hero, man, is always exciting to watch though. I've kind of every Hero game I've seen, not every game, but definitely the vast majority, Hero is the one that's been setting the pace, because he likes early aggression. Right now you're seeing he is churning out a Sentry, which is a very interesting choice for your first unit. Oh no, it's not his first unit, he's got his Zealot there. Usually you go with that Stalker though first. Maybe he's worried about some sort of push, so he can force field that ramp if he needs to. And a Stargate going down, and this probe is going to stroll on by as he sees this. So Hero knows exactly what Naniwa is doing here. I don't know why he didn't wait to take out that probe before dropping that Stargate, just so he had a bit more of an element of surprise. So it makes more sense that he got out that Sentry now, so he can force field that ramp. But how is Hero going to react to this? He is going to drop down his own Stargate. So, Stargate's something that I'm seeing a lot more in PvP. Players just getting out a bunch of Phoenix, and then the other player goes, how can I deal with all these Phoenix? Oh, I know, I'll make a whole bunch of Phoenix. So, yeah, that is definitely something I've been seeing more and more. Cost an MC Grubby game, where both players just went completely mass Phoenix v mass Phoenix. And that is definitely an interesting game, because you think, okay, you've got your Phoenix now, but how do you finish the game? Because Phoenix are pretty good. They're a pretty good unit. Very good in the early game for harassment. Good in the mid game. Can still get in your army, pick up units that can do a lot of damage, like High Templars or whatever. But in the late game, you just don't see them that often because they're not that great. But right now, Hero is going to be churning out more and more Phoenix. It looks like he is going to get probably about 4 Phoenix is what you tend to see when people do this. And yeah, the exact same amount of Phoenix for Naniwa. Both players sitting on 3 Phoenix as well. Pretty even in the probe count. Hero 2 probes above there. So I don't really know what's going to happen here. You know, Hero's chilling here. He's waiting for the expansion. Although I feel like Naniwa is pretty hesitant to drop down that expansion because he knows that these Phoenix are going to be rolling in pretty soon. And both players doing their thing. Naniwa is floating quite a few minerals though, so we probably are going to see the expansion being dropped down here right about now. There it goes. And Hero, what's he going to do? Because he's got his probe down here, probably waiting to drop down his expansion, but it is going to be quite a bit later than Naniwa's. And he does have his robotics facility on the way. Naniwa's, I believe, is already done. He's not really using it for anything though, so I don't know why he decided to get that out so early. But Hero is going to be hard on his economy, as this Phoenix is just the Phoenix. Sorry, his Nexus is going to be dropped quite a bit later. But he does have only 2 more probes. So Hero, the ball is in your court, brah. You have got to do something here, because you waited just a bit longer to get out that Nexus. We do see if the units count. Hero does have 1 more Phoenix though, although that is not a huge difference by any standard. And this probe is going to try and scout the timing of the Nexus. Doesn't manage to get in though, so sad day indeed for that probe. Have an observer coming on the way for Hero, as well as more Phoenix. This just keeps happening in PvP. Players are just like, oh god, what do I do? The Stargate's coming. I'll just constantly chrono out Phoenix. And same thing for Naniwa. So both players really digging the mass Phoenix. So we are going to see some pretty sweet air battles here. Other thing that tends to happen when both players go mass Phoenix, is they don't want to be the aggressor. They kind of want to turtle back, because if you have the home ground advantage, it makes a big difference when you're going with these kind of unit composition. Just because you can warp and stalkers to deal with the Phoenix, you'll have more Phoenix there because you'll have more made by the time all their Phoenix get there. So you do see players tend to hand back quite a bit in these situations. And are you going to make it? Are you going to make it, Zealot? You can do it, buddy. You can do it. I feel like this Zealot is going to make it. But I'm not going to get too distracted by you, because these Phoenix are coming up here. Are you going to... Oh, the shield is back. He's going to make it. Here come the Phoenix to try and pick up some probes. Do some economic damage here. Hero knows that his timing was way behind. And oh, look at those probes falling. But here come Naniwa's Phoenix. So Hero is going to be bailing out there. Interesting though, the Phoenix have an extra range buff in HOTS, so they got their range is up to 5 in the new Heart of Swarm patch. And once you get that upgrade, ends up being 7. So that's pretty cool. Phoenix are definitely even more awesome in Heart of the Swarm. Air weapons level 1 for Naniwa, and another Stargate for Hero, who I don't think has any... Yeah, he doesn't have any air weapons upgrade, which is probably not a good thing, because he has so many Phoenix. But he's getting out the Forge instead, and there goes the level 1 for Hero. So he is going to be sitting on an extra Stargate though. So if Naniwa just keeps chronoing out... oh no, Naniwa has 2 Stargates. That's just me being an awesome commentator right there, talking about complete nonsense. But yeah, right now players are going for the exact same thing. So it's really, a lot of it's going to come down to who's the aggressor, like I was talking about before, what kind of upgrades they're at. If one of them decides to get Archons, sometimes that's something you see in this situation, because they can't be picked up. And they're pretty good at dealing splash damage against these Phoenix. The problem is the Phoenix is so fast that you can kind of micro them on out of there and kind of stay away from that army. Fleet Beacon is going to be going down for Hero, so he can get out that range upgrade, +2 range. But Naniwa's 1 attack is going to be pretty much done as well. So both players pretty hesitant to engage here. See, only getting Phoenix out of... Oh, there we go. There's the other Phoenix. I was going to say, silly Naniwa, what are you doing? Hero is ahead on the supply, though. If we look at the overall army supply, slightly ahead there. with one more worker. But oh my god, this is so even. This is so freaking even, man. Oh my god. But when are you guys going to engage? That is the question, indeed. When are you going to engage? There is going to be a photon cannon here. I'm surprised that wasn't dropped a little bit earlier. I guess he did just get out his forge. And there you go. There's the anion pulse crystals. Pretty convoluted way of saying +2 range, if you asked me. But sneaky, Hero going to be taking out probe. And if we look at the workers killed, Hero is quite a bit ahead there. So definitely his Phoenix being much more successful in the harassment overall. 700 resources being the difference there. And that can actually be quite a difference when you are so equally matched with your opponent. You're going with such equal builds. You're doing things all in the same way. These Phoenix are just flying on around, having a dandy old time. Having a little chin wag by the watchtower. It's actually quite a common place for Phoenix to chill out, have a cup of tea, maybe a biscuit, and just talk about their day so far. You know, how many workers they killed. You know, like, oh man, I got 1 worker kill, I got 0. So I'm definitely not as cool as you. Is there anyone with any more? Alright, but there is going to be a Phoenix engagement, so I'm going to stop talking shit. As Naniwa trying to take his 3rd, but Hero going, nah, you do not get to take this 3rd right now. As he's got Zealots being picked up, Probes being picked up, and unfortunately you cannot pick up the Nexus though. So that's going to go ahead on build. But Hero, his Nexus is already done to Liansky's, so he's going to be feeling pretty good. His supply is quite a bit ahead. So far Hero, like I was saying before, he's just so solid. His execution is just so good. And oh, notice how he's picking up the probes on the gas. That's going to require Naniwa to replace those probes by himself. That's annoying to deal with. If you look at overall units, Hero has more Phoenix as well. So he doesn't mind this engagement. The Guardian Shield though is going to be making a big difference there. So Hero does need to watch out. He does warp in a few Zealots from his Poxy Pylon down the road, and he's going to be putting on some pressure here. Actually, a lot of Zealots there going to town. Might actually be able to take out this Nexus here, because Naniwa, he just doesn't have anything to deal with this. He's got half the army supply, and this Nexus is definitely going to go down, while Hero's just chilling over here, you know, getting that 3rd base up and running. Lots of probes there, so Naniwa is way behind. And like I said, oh my god, so much just comes down to micro. When you pick to engage, how you choose to engage. Hero being very smart, just kind of diving in and out of that natural there, picking up the probes on gas, kind of really frustrating Naniwa, and completely denying him his 30th. So Hero has done a very nice job here, and I really honestly can't see how Naniwa is going to come back from this. Even more reinforcements for Hero to try and go, hey man, you want to try and take that 3rd again? Okay, well I'm just gonna send in a whole bunch of Zealots, and we'll see how that goes for you. He is gonna Naniwa is gonna scout this proxy pylon here, but here come the Phoenix in the main, and there's nothing there. They do get a few more worker kills before the other Phoenix come back, and oh my god, 21-2 worker kills. So Hero is feeling damn good. 2,000 resources ahead, and the resources lost. And are they going to take out? Oh, yes, they do. And I don't think Naniwa even got the cancel there, as he was too busy sending his Phoenix. And oh, there goes all your probes. Look how quickly those Phoenix, well, not all of his probes, but a lot of them. And you definitely need that cannon there. Yes, you do. But is it even worth it? I mean, look at these mineral patches. 110, 230, 165. I guess it is, but Naniwa is just so desperate for resources right now. He still can't get up this 3rd. Poor Naniwa, he needs some Nexus Viagra or something, because he just cannot get it up. And Hero is going for his 4th on top of this. So when attack, expand. The proxy does get taken out, but Hero doesn't care. He's just going to be running over to that 3rd, trying to force the cancel again. This would be absolutely hilarious if he managed to do it. I don't think he is going to be able to do it though, as there are too many Zealots here. Trying to keep these Zealots alive. Trying to micro is a little hard out, but I think now he's just going to be using them for scouting as they get picked up and completely owned by those Phoenix. But Hero is feeling really good. His income is ahead. Overall resources lost is ahead. He's producing more things. And if you look at his units, he's got more Phoenix, way more probes, 23 more probes there. So Hero is in tip-top of his shape. He's even got level 2 almost done. Twilight Council coming in. And Naniwa's still trying to get his 3rd up. Poor Naniwa, man. I really feel for you. These times when you just keep getting slapped in the face every time you try and get your expansion up, it's just the most frustrating thing ever. But Hero definitely has so many Phoenix. It's a bit redonkulous just getting out more and more Phoenix, constantly churning those out. He's got all these warp gates, but he's only really using them for zealots. Well, so far he hasn't even been using them for zealots to do a bit of harassment and deny that 3rd twice, rarely successfully. So Hero picking the right timing to engage, picking the right spot to engage, catching those Phoenix out of position, having a nice proxy pylon. And like I was saying earlier, Hero, man, lately he's been playing so well. He is the one that always sets the speed of the game, kind of controls the game, because he's such an aggressive player. He always is the one attacking. He's not the one sitting back getting owned, going, oh god, I've got to get my 3rd up. Oh god, I've got to build more probes. Oh god, my economy's so far behind. He's just going in there going, hey man, do you worried about building probes? Well, I'm just going to kill some. And oh, is he going to back out now? I do think he does have more Phoenix though. Yes, almost 10 more Phoenix than Naniwa. So Naniwa's Phoenix, they are pretty ballsy there, going on even blink on the way for Hero. 4 Phoenix at a time, so he definitely has a lot of starports. Notice how he puts them in all different bases, so it's much harder to scout. And if you do a drop and depower one of them, maybe take out pylon, it doesn't matter because he's got them in bases everywhere. And here come the Phoenix again, finishing off these probes on the gas. 2 more probes, and boom, bidlium, 37 workers killed. So Hero is indeed playing like a hero. Remember, blink is almost done, so these stalkers are going to be perfect at harassing, and also perfect at trying to keep up with these 4.25 movement speed Phoenix that are oh so fast. And I think right now Hero, he's just going to max out and then move on in and own Naniwa. And I really don't see how Naniwa can deal with this, because his economy is falling to pieces, and Hero just keeps giving it a little backhand every time he tries to get it going again. Like, oh, what's that? You want your economy to start working up again? Boom, boom, boom. Probe dead. And right now he is going to be going in, sending in all of his units, macroing those Phoenix nicely, so they fall all under these stalkers, and they are going down so quickly. And there is the GG from Naniwa. So just proving that mass Phoenix v mass Phoenix, the trick is to engage in the right spot, wait for the right time, and just to be epic at your execution like Hero and make absolutely no mistakes. And that's a really easy thing to do. So I just recommend you guys all do that. Just be perfect in your execution. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I certainly did, and I'll see you guys later.